Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Monday, May 25th, 2020. This is a general love reading for the sign of Pisces for this upcoming week in May. Because it's general, it can't pertain to anything, relationships or otherwise. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. You may feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching. Parts of this reading may resonate, other parts may not. Take what does and leave behind what doesn't. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit the most from the message. So hopefully that's you today, Pisces, and hopefully you get something out of this reading. So we'll get started here in a few minutes. If you are brand new or unfamiliar with my channel, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. There is more specific information in the description box below if you want to look there. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back and watching more of my videos. I appreciate the support. So, one more shuffle, Pisces, and then we're going to get started. See what's going on with Pisces. By the way, if you're wondering where the bird is, she got put away. She was out, but she started biting me, and so I had to put her back. She's just been moody lately, and it's hit or miss whether or not she's going to behave, and I just wasn't willing to put up with it. So she's back in her cage. Anyway, here we go. We have the Hermit paired with Justice in reverse. Five of Swords, King of Swords, Three of Cups, Lovers in reverse, the Fool in reverse, and the Two of Swords. Okay, Pisces, so I feel like you're maybe looking for answers or trying to figure out something with regard to a broken connection or relationship. It's associated with a group of friends, group of family members, co-workers possibly, but there's one connection within a group dynamic that feels lost, broken, severed, troubled. And I think you're trying to figure out what went wrong. I think there's some kind of conflict, maybe fighting, maybe arguing, disagreements of some sort. We have a King of Swords on the table here. This can be somebody who is a figure in a position of authority. This can be, the King of Swords is somebody who's very clear-headed, articulate, a good communicator, somebody who knows the difference between right and wrong. This could potentially be somebody who works in law enforcement or a judge or somebody who makes decisions for other people. This person is usually very fair, very honest, trustworthy. This person can be blunt with communication. They don't mince their words. They don't mess around. They're very straightforward to the point. Again, if there's some kind of dispute or argument or problems within a group dynamic or within a single relationship, this person might be making some decisions with regard to this conflict. Again, if it's an actual situation where you're in court, for example, this person could be determining the outcome of some kind of conflict for you, and maybe already has, and maybe you're feeling, Pisces, that there is a certain lack of justice with regard to this decision. The King and Queen of Swords can indicate your higher self, but this could also be somebody that you're dealing with or your energy, Pisces. I feel like it's probably somebody that you're dealing with, and I say that because I get the feeling like whatever decision's been made by this King of Swords, I don't feel like you necessarily feel like it was just or right. Maybe it favored the other person within this dispute, within this connection. And at this point in time, you might be feeling hesitant with regard to this decision, maybe a little worried about taking the next step forward or concerned about what's to come in the future. But it feels like there might be a decision that needs to be made, but I think you're feeling cautious about that, maybe uncertain about what decision to make. Let's get some more cards out here. cat's running around right now. Now he's sitting in his box. Sitting in his shoebox. He got a new shoebox the other day. It's still on the floor, and he's just sitting in it. He's very cute. All right, here we go. We have the Magician in reverse, the Hierophant, Two of Swords again, clarifying the Five of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, clarifying this King, Knight of Wands, Four of Wands in reverse, Five of Pentacles, and then the Four of Swords in reverse. So it feels like there could be some kind of manipulation involved within this decision. It feels like it was a decision made by default. That's what I'm getting off of this Emperor in reverse. For some reason, maybe the decision feels unjust because it was a decision made by default. Like, this is just the way it is. This is the way it is because it has to be, and there's no way around it. But someone got away with something, or there's some kind of trickster or manipulation. There's some kind of manipulation surrounding this decision. Like, someone made it seem like this was the right decision to make, even though it feels wrong. It feels unjust. Again, there might be a broken connection, lost connection, or something that is unstable right now with regard to whatever this is for you, Pisces. And I do believe it is a relationship within a group of people, possibly a social circle, family, co-workers, colleagues, something of that nature. And I feel like to a certain extent, whatever this was unpredictable, or you didn't anticipate it. You didn't think that this is the direction it was going to go, but it has. I think that you feel you need to react to the situation or make a decision to react or to respond, but you're not sure what to do or how to do it, but you know that you have to, because if you don't, you're going to be left with nothing. Like, there is some kind of response or decision that needs to be made with regard to whatever this is for you, because if you don't do anything, you're going to be left with nothing. You're going to be left with this Five of Pentacles. But there's a lot of worry, maybe fear, feeling hesitant, uncertain, not necessarily feeling like you are doing the right thing by responding at all. On the other hand, I get the feeling that you know, Pisces, that if you don't make some kind of decision with respect to whatever happened here that you feel is unjust, that ultimately you're going to be left with nothing at all. Let's get some more cards out here and see what else we get for Pisces. There's the Fool again, but in the upright. And the Six of Cups in reverse. So whatever this broken connection, severed connection, some kind of disruption within a relationship, it's a significant relationship. There could be some resentment. There could be something that happened in the past that's gone unresolved, but it's a significant connection, somebody that's very important to you in your life in some way, shape, or form. Six of Cups indicates soulmate material, somebody who's meant to be in your life, somebody who's meant to cross your path at some point in your life. I feel like this is the Magician energy. This is the person who maybe benefited from whatever decision was made by this King of Swords regarding this conflict. I don't know that this King of Swords felt like he had any power to make any other decision. Again, it feels like it was a decision by default, like it was just something that had to be done because that's just the way it was. Maybe there was no decision to be made at all. Maybe he was actually blocked from making a decision because, you know, it was the law that was written into the books, for example. We have to abide by the law because it's the written law, right? It's what's in the book. So that's what I'm getting from this set of cards over here, that somehow he didn't have a choice in the matter. It's just the way it had to be. Three of Wands in reverse. There's the Justice card in reverse again, clarifying this King of Swords. Ten of Wands in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse, clarifying this Lover's card. Ten of Wands. Sorry, King of Wands. I don't know why I said Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is over here. King of Wands. And Four of Swords. Again, in reverse with the same set of cards. I think this King of Wands and King of Swords is the same person. And I think this King of Wands feels like he was blocked from making the decision he felt was right. I think he understands that now. Now, I'm saying he because it's king. I want to remind my female viewers, first of all, you can embody these energies even if they're masculine cards. But you could also be an external party. You could be affected by the situation, but not actually represented in the reading. If it's resonating for you, Pisces, you're going to know it, and you'll know who you are. So just so you're aware of that. But I feel like this king realizes that he really didn't have the ability to make a decision because there was already kind of this unspoken decision made for him. Again, if it's an actual legal matter, it could have been that he was just following the law. And again, I feel like the King of Wands, King of Swords is the same person. He really didn't have any power in the situation. Yes, it feels unjust. Yes, it feels wrong. But he had to rule in this manner because it's just the way it was. It's what was expected. It was what the written law was. It's what ultimately he had to do, because he maybe he had to be a neutral party in this conflict, and he wasn't supposed to get involved, and he just has to let it ride out the way it's supposed to ride out on its own, that he doesn't get to have a say in the matter. But as a result of this decision, I think there is a broken or lost connection, and it continues to be that way. In fact, it might feel like you've been here before, Pisces. It might feel like you've been dealing with this issue for quite some time. I feel like this is a repeated situation, something that's gone unresolved for a period of time that you keep revisiting, and it's still broken. Whatever this is to you, this connection within this group dynamic. it feels like, Pisces, you might be trying to decide, should you have to take a chance and respond, react, or act to this unjust situation. But right now you're not sure what to do or what that means, which direction to take. There's a certain level of uncertainty because I feel like you feel you've been blocked from having the ability to take action or respond to the situation. Maybe someone has outright told you to stay out of it. It's not your place. You have no business putting your nose into the situation because you're not directly involved, maybe. But at the same time, even though you may not be directly involved in whatever this is, it's keeping you from moving forward with something or keeping you from attaining something. And it could be a relationship, could be a connection. Let's get another set of cards out here, Pisces, and see what else we get. Page of Pentacles in reverse, clarifying the Magician. Seven of Wands in reverse. Magician again in the upright position, clarifying the Two of Swords. Seven of Cups in reverse. The Fool for the third time in the upright position. Eight of Pentacles. The Hierophant again. And the Four of Cups. I think you've known this for a while. I think you've been in this position for a while, Pisces, that you have an understanding that I think you've pondered the situation and come to the same conclusion. And you're starting to feel like, you know what? This is not feeling right. Yeah, I've been told this before. I need to stay out of this. It's not my place. But ultimately that leaves me with Five of Pentacles energy, with nothing. And how is that right? But for some reason, you've been asked to give this up. So you are complying, and I feel like you feel like you're giving up in the face of manipulation. You're being manipulated into giving up. But at the same time, you're being told it's the right thing to do. You need to give this up. You need to stop fighting this. It's not your place. You don't get to have a say in this. And you have to accept that this is the right thing to do. And Pisces, I don't feel like you're necessarily accepting that it's the right thing to do. It feels uncomfortable to you. Almost like someone else is determining your destiny. Or what moves you should make. That you don't have control over your own destiny. And I feel like, to a certain extent, this might be happening again within a group dynamic. This might be more than one person that is dealing with this energy. Like they're lacking the control to make their own decisions. This feels like it could be a workplace or job situation with the Eight of Pentacles coming out here. But something's either unstable, broken, unattainable. And again, it feels like it could be related to or an actual connection or relationship within this workplace dynamic or this group family dynamic, possibly. This manipulating energy, the Magician in reverse, is the person who's blocking you, is the person who is either telling you outright or giving you the feeling that you don't have any control on the situation and you need to let it go, whether you feel it's unjust or not. The problem is this conflict, whatever this is for you, Pisces, is keeping you from attaining something that you feel you've worked for, something that you feel like you have been investing some energy into. Let's get this last round of cards out, Pisces. Six of Swords. So this Magician in reverse wants you to just leave this alone, wants you to move on. Get past this. Stop dwelling on it and just move on. Three of Wands. But there's something here that you can't get away from, because you're personally invested in this in some way, shape, or form. There is some kind of connection to this conflict that you are being affected by. And this Magician in reverse energy just wants you to move on and stop worrying about it, because you don't have any control over the matter, and yet you're like, well, wait a minute though. But this is affecting something that is personal to me, something that I feel is right for me. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And this Magician energy is like, you know what? You're wasting your time. You're putting too much energy into this and you have no control over it anyway, so why are you bothering? Why are you wasting your time? Just move on. Just get over it and move on, is what this Magician is telling you. It's not your, it's not coming your way. You're not going to get this. And you're like, but I deserve to have this. And this person's like, no, you're not going to get it, and there's nothing you can do about it, so just move on. Hangman in reverse. Ten of Wands again with the same set of cards with the Ten of Wands. This person wants you to just give this up. Stop worrying about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop putting energy into it. You just need to leave it alone. Yeah, whatever. It's not justified. It's wrong. Whatever, but just get over it and move on, says this person. High Priestess in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. And then the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. More cards basically confirming that this person's saying, you know what, it's not the right thing for you. And it's affecting more than just you. It's affecting more than just this King of Wands. It's affecting a group of people. A group dynamic. Again, this could be family, social circle, friends, co-workers, colleagues, but there's something that you're being asked to give up, something that you're being asked to stop putting energy into this, because it's not coming your way, even though it feels wrong. It feels like, it feels like it feels wrong. It feels like you've been wronged, and yet you have no control over the situation. You're basically being told, I think you're being told, or you figured it out one way or the other, that this person is moving you in the direction of just saying, you know what, I don't have any control over the situation, so I just got to let it go. You've got to give it up and move on, says this manipulator. Stop thinking about it. Stop trying to put any energy into it. Stop taking action. Stop talking about it. Just move on. And it's interesting because the Hierophant's out here twice, and with the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, both Seven of Wands in reverse, Five of Pentacles in the upright, and basically this is, you know, the Hierophant can indicate a teacher, a mentor. It can indicate contracts. It can indicate societal norms, expectations, that kind of thing. And the Hierophant's cards indicating just give this up. Stop putting energy into it. You got to let it go. And accept that you're not going to get it. And I think that, Pisces, again, you're sitting here thinking, why is this the answer? That I just have to accept that it's just, you know, bad luck. It's just the way it is. You don't get to have this, Pisces. Oh, well, just the way it is. Stop worrying about it. Just let it go. Stop putting energy into this. It's not worth it. Just leave it alone. Yeah, it's unjust, but you know what? It's the way life is. There's lots of laws that people don't like to follow, but they're written laws, and if you don't abide by them, you end up going to jail or get, you know, facing consequences. There's two cards. I'm taking them both. So we have the 3 of water, 7 of fire. Both came up in the upright position. I took them both partly because, what are we at, 26 or 20? I can't see. I guess I could put my glasses on. And then look, so we're at 26 minutes. And that's pretty good. I've been running along. So these meanings, which I read out of the book, tend to be kind of long, but since I'm doing good with time, I'm going to read them both. And if you're resonating with this reading, you'll want me to read them both anyway. So let's do that. So we're going to start with the 7 of fire. 7 of fire is the 7 of wands, and I was just talking about that, of course. 3 of cups, 3 of water is the 3 of cups, and we've had that out here twice, once in the upright and once in the reverse. Came out in the upright. So both of these cards have come out in your reading. 7 of wands, as you know, already came out in the reverse, indicating it's time to just give this up. This one has a little bit different meaning than the 7 of wands in the traditional Rider-Waite, so I'm just going to read it from the book, and we'll see if it resonates for you, Pisces. Okay, here we go. 7 of fire represents the development and use of one's intuition to see the way forward and predict possible outcomes. Intuition is that gut feeling. It is an instinctual or unconscious knowing that when you heed it can keep you safe from making mistakes and lead you to being in the right place at the right time. It is a feeling of recognition that we often ignore, but we choose to heed, can have us moving through life in harmonious accord with our surroundings. But if we choose to heed, and actively using and then trusting your intuition on a regular basis, you may find you observe more and in turn you learn more. You start to see and take notice of signs and messages along the way. You take notice, and if you heed them, you can take on an adventure of discovery, revealing not only the truths you seek, but also your reason for being. Using and heeding your intuition can lead you to opportunities and experiences that offer the potential to both fulfill you and inspire others. However, to trust in one's intuition requires that you look within and determine what the message means to you personally. You can ask advice of another, you can seek guidance from another, but only you know your answers. Personal interpretation is key. Trusting in the knowledge that is stored within your unconscious mind is key. Third parties can offer insight, but they can see and understand life through eyes that have been shaped and influenced by their own experiences, not yours. Only you know what something means for you specifically. Only you know if something is right for you. The 7 of fire represents a need to actively develop or trust in your intuition and instincts at this time. Look around you, observe, speak to the cards on a regular basis, and honor the truths revealed by going where your intuition leads you. So what I'm getting from this, Pisces, is that at least in the moment, right now, take a step back, watch and observe, learn, acquire the knowledge and the insight and the clarity that you need, absorb that, and then maybe revisit this. I think this is indicating that at this point in time, at least, it's important for you to feel more comfortable in what's going on, because maybe you don't have all the facts yet. Maybe you don't know what to do yet, because you haven't been given the insight through your intuition. So it might be time to just kind of take a step back and relax for a minute and wait and see what happens. Let's see what this card says. 3 of water. Again, this is the 3 of cups. And this is about celebration, rejoicing, coming together. This could indicate, you know, a social circle, family, friends, and then of course it's in reverse. So there's some kind of disharmony within this group dynamic. But this is very positive in the upright, and we'll read this too, and then we're going to wrap it up, Pisces. Okay, and this one's relatively short as well. Here we go, Pisces. The 3 of water represents satisfaction and indicates that you have come to a time to rejoice in life and your success. She stands tall and confident with arms raised in victorious celebration. She has invested greatly in her creative endeavors and is well satisfied with her progress and accomplishments so far. She is positive and hopeful that her success will continue, and so she turns to greet the future with anticipation and excitement. This card is a positive affirmation and symbolizes the joyous potential for a rewarding outcome. It also signifies the importance of taking time to appreciate, celebrate, and enjoy yourself along the way. Look back and be proud of what you have accomplished. Do a little victory dance before turning once more to the future with a heart full of hope and a smile upon your lips. It is important to allow yourself these moments of joy and celebration and to remember them. So these are very positive cards to end on, I must say, Pisces. So while it feels like there is certainly a certain level of injustice that you're dealing with regard to a decision maybe you didn't feel like you had a whole lot of say in, someone telling you this is the way it is, deal with it, get over it, move on. Right now, maybe that's what needs to happen, regardless of how you're feeling about the situation and regardless of how you feel considering the kind of energy you're embodying, Pisces. I mean, this is somebody who doesn't sit back and just say, oh, okay, well, it's the way it is. I guess I just have to accept it and move on. This is not the kind of energy that sits very well with that kind of advice. So what I'm getting more than anything is things are as they should be in this moment in time. They may not feel comfortable. There's something that's gone awry for sure. Especially within a relationship or connection, but I think at least at this point in time, Spirit might be telling you to just sit back and wait and see what happens. So it might be the right thing to do, to just sit back and wait and see what happens. Trust your instincts, trust your gut, trust your intuition. The answers will become clear to you when it's time. Okay, Pisces, so I'm going to leave that here. I hope this reading was helpful to you. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to. I always appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye, Pisces.